Welcome folks, this is Wayne here, yet another outdoor and gear review channel. Today I'm coming at you with another flashlight review. Now this one is a special flashlight. It is called the Trustfire T11R. Now, those of you who are flashlight veterans know brands like Ultrafire, Trustfire from the stone age of high-powered LED flashlights. So I saw this one on sale on Amazon for like 24 bucks, and I just wanted to see how far has Trustfire come in terms of build quality. Is it still a fire brand that is kind of unreliable, or have they developed as a company? I give you my honest appraisal of this aspect in just a few moments. But first, I want to highlight a feature that this light has that rarely any other flashlight has. Look at this. Tail switch and goes into strobe right away. This flashlight has strobe on mode memory, just like a few of the other older flashlights from Thor Fire or so. Having strobe on mode memory means, in combination with a good tactical light switch, that tactical tail switch, that means that this is actually kind of tactical or self-defense flashlight. And those are hard to get for under 30 bucks. So this flashlight is reliable in emergency situations. You have it in your pocket and it comes out and tuck, you have the strobe. You have to preset the strobe, of course, because it has a low mode. So now the low mode is on mode memory. It has those mid modes and then a maximum mode, which is 1800 lumens, a very tight hotspot, but still kind of all round. You can still use it on an everyday basis, just as a flashlight to navigate around. It's not annoyingly tight with the hotspot, still an all round beam. But then the long press brings you into the strobe mode. Of course, there is no time for a long press in a true emergency or, in a stress situation, because you don't have those fine motor skills. But now you have it on mode memory. So if you think you enter a situation, you feel uncomfortable with the situation, you have it preset on on strobe, and then you have the instant strobe through the mechanical tail switch, which also is a forward clicky. That means a slight push forward activates the light forward clicky instead of a reverse clicky that only activates if you disengage the switch. So this is actually a tactical flashlight for under 30 bucks, and that makes it quite special in the market. So build quality, it looks good, it looks premium, but it isn't quite premium. We start with the USB-C charging port, which has this flimsy rubber cover that is just not as well done as something, let's say, on a Sofirn SC32, which has a way deeper cutout. It's still a flimsy rubber cover, but not as flimsy. You see how much deeper it is on the Sofirn SC32 compared to this Trustfire. So yeah. Then I'll look at the overall size. If you want a compact 18650 flashlight, the Sofirn SC32 with the electronic tail switch is still unbeatable. Yeah, we have orange peel reflector, as we have already seen, a very tight hotspot, but still general purpose. A nice side switch that's actually beautifully made. We have a very flimsy clip here. It doesn't hold as well. It is bi-directional. I like that design, but it's still, it's a little bit, you see how easy it rotates. It's a bit annoying. By the way, I've used this flashlight for about 10, 12 night shifts now, so it has fallen quite often. I truly know about the build quality. See how I bent this flashlight in? It's totally caved in because the Yeah, the machining is good, but they left too little material here, so it caves in when it falls. But the switch in itself works. It's just a beauty problem. Who would complain about that, really? Yeah, the build quality is a-okay, but it's not quite to the standard of other budget flashlights like Workhorse or so forth. So it's still a step below those, but it's way better than it was like when those companies like 10 years ago or so when they started. This is not a cheapo flashlight. It is actually a good budget flashlight, and it's way better than many offerings with no-name flashlights. It's kind of budget brand, and they have established themselves. It's nice to see that this company manufactures good flashlights for a budget price. So if you look for a tactical flashlight, this Trustfire T11R is kind of surprising. And yeah, I mean, the Sofin SC32 is a much beloved flashlight now. It is very different from, it goes through I think it's a Fresnel lens that it has, so it gives a more even distribution of light. It's supposed to be 1800 lumens, but the Trustfire seems to be so much brighter. Yeah, you see it's kind of the user interface. With the Trustfire, I can't even do a double click to turbo. So the user interface is not as sophisticated as on a Sofin or a Workhorse. But it's a very good, very serviceable user interface still. Simple enough. Again, this is an EDC flashlight. A flashlight I like to carry, but you do a double click to turbo and a strobe for self-defense. Let me try to activate one, but just pulling it out of my pocket. So, okay. Yeah, no? Okay, I need 2 triple clicks to activate the strobe. That is not very impressive. It's not a tactical light. I mean, you can still use the light, double click. It's a very bright light. It's not nice to have that in your face, but it's not as focused. So this is a classical EDC flashlight. It's good for all kinds of purposes. And the Trustfire, that's something else. It's presetted again to strobe. So this is something that you'll carry for, defending yourself against animals of all sorts and with all kind of amount of legs. It's definitely very bright and it's focused 1800 lumens. So yeah, for very little money, you can get a quite useful budget tactical flashlight. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. This is Wear and Tear, over and out.